What's up, people? So, as you can tell probably by the state of my office here, I've had a busy few weeks of filmmaking. Been making a lot of wedding videos, a couple corporate shoots, even some fun creative projects I got wrangled into, and hopefully we'll get to talk about those in the near future, a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. But for now, it's been a while since I posted anything on YouTube, so I wanted to take some time to do a little review and tell you about my favorite lens to use on a gimbal. Before we do that though, a little side note, just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so I want to say thank you to all the subscribers out there. If you are not a subscriber yet, watch the video, and if you like it, think about clicking that button below. But for now, let's get to the review. Now let me start this review by saying, if I had the time in all the productions I'm doing to always use a nice fast prime lens, I'd be doing that 100% of the time. My Rokinon Cine lens set, I love it. Especially the 35 is probably my favorite lens I own. But a lot of the work I do tends to be run and gun, one-man band type stuff where you don't always have time to switch those lenses. With a prime lens like that, you, one, don't have autofocus, and two, obviously you don't have a zoom. So changing out lenses and relying on yourself to always be pulling focus isn't always an option in the work I'm doing. That's why I've gone over to this setup here. This is the Sony a7III Mark III on a Zhiyun Crane 2 gimbal with my favorite gimbal mounted lens, the Sony 18-105 F4 lens. Now this is an APS-C lens, so you're unfortunately not using the full sensor of the α7 camera, but I haven't noticed any major drops in quality moving down to APS-C, and the trade-offs in terms of ease of use and time savings, in most cases I think are well worth it. With a setup like this, thanks to especially the great autofocus in this camera, you can get everything from stable, tripod-like shots, you can get handheld, smooth motion shots, you can mount it on a monopod and go side to side to get emulating like a slider type move. And all of this is happening without ever changing the lens or the stabilization system, which is incredible. It saves so much time when you're out there on your own. You don't have an assistant to rely on for those type of switches. But anyways, enough about this whole setup here. Let's talk more specifically about the lens I've chosen here. This is an 18-105mm zoom lens with an f4 constant aperture, which means you're getting approximately a 27-165 full frame equivalent with a constant f4 throughout that range. And f4, you know, it's not the fastest lens in the world or anything, but for the vast majority of things, especially with the new sensors in these cameras, it's going to be more than enough light coming through to get the job done, unless you really need some shallow depth of field shots, in which case, you know, you can swap out the lens for a few particular shots and then leave this on for pretty much the rest of the day. And speaking of zooming and constant apertures, check out this zoom here. See that? No, you don't see it because the barrel of this lens doesn't extend at all when zooming, which is a great bonus because that means you get to use the full range of this lens from 18-105 without ever having to rebalance the gimbal. Again, saving you a ton of time when you're a one-man band on set by yourself trying to get all these shots. And so yeah, you can get everything from a product shot to a zoomed in shot of a bride and groom dancing through a crowd. Anything you need, you're never going to have to adjust this gimbal once you get it balanced. So for those reasons, the fact that it's a native Sony mount lens that has great autofocus, the constant f4 aperture, the fairly wide zoom range, and the fact that the lens barrel doesn't extend when zooming, this has quickly become my favorite lens to use with my Sony a7 III on a gimbal. And if you're a run and gun type videographer looking for a gimbal solution, this is definitely a lens to take a look at. Even though it's an APS-C sized lens, I think the trade-offs, again, are well worth it. Great image quality and tons of time savings and ease of use that come with this type of setup. So that's about all I got for today. If you like what you're seeing here, want to see more, try clicking that button below to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, comments are down below. And I got a few more things I'm trying to get together here. I just brought some new aperture lights. F7. If you want to see a review of that or any other gear, let me know and I'll do what I can to get that out to you. So again, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.